Straight Outta Compton is the music biopic based off of the group NWA, which tells the origin stories of Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, DJ Yella, and MC Ren. And I have to tell you, as we get into the good, the bad, and everything in between, that this movie, surprisingly, had a lot of greats. Now, sure, I know that a lot of people may not like the whole gangster rap style of it, and some people don't like the music or the lifestyle or a lot of, the nudity and things that they have in there, and that's definitely an issue that I know some people will not want to go see. However, this being a biopic of a group that was highly influential in the 90s could have easily been cheesy. I mean, there's been a lot of other biopics dealing with rappers, and they're not good at all. This one wasn't just good. It was great. And when you look at the span that they needed to cover, they cover it pretty well, and it's better because it's not just for one dude, but 5 guys. Even though, granted, 2 of them aren't the main center points, 3 of them are, that's still 3 dudes that they're able to cover in this 2-hour movie and have it still be engaging throughout and cover a lot of the aspects of their life. The good, the bad, and a lot of the feuds that they had also. And I'll start off by the way the movie was directed, the way it was just handled and put together by F. Gary Gray, who was a director, previously did The Italian Job and also Law Abiding Citizen. He is able to handle all of this information. It's interesting when you look back and hear a lot of the stuff, how much of it was actually adapted to it, to be actually honest. Obviously, some things are changed here and there, but for the most part, they capture the good and the bad of these people. He's able to do this very interesting thing and engaging how you meet these characters, letting it simmer and be like, hey, this isn't just Eazy-E. This is Eazy-E. This is how he is. It doesn't just show you, this is Dr. Dre. Okay, on to the next one because you guys know who he is. He allows you to get to know these characters and builds up on them. Now, sure, some people may say the pacing gets a little, different towards the end, but I still think the fact that he's covering this and it's a completely different tone the second half justifies it. Now, to me, the best part, and what really surprised me in this movie, is that, I was expecting really good music in the film, obviously, because, they're bringing the soundtracks to it, and it was great. The way that they were able to set up a lot of the scenarios were engaging, but I wasn't expecting the acting to be as good as it was. I mean, the guy who plays Ice Cube is Ice Cube's son, O'Shea Jackson Jr. He does a great job, obviously, because it's his son, but he's able to really become Ice Cube and still hold his own on parts. Ice Cube being the lyricist and the guy who at a certain point doesn't agree with the things that are happening. You then have Corey Hawkins playing Dr. Dre, who, if you don't know, that's the guy that A Few Mixed Reviews gives all of his money to, and he's the guy who makes the beats for the group. Corey Hawkins does a great job of being able to become this character, this guy, but not make it too cheesy at points. I mean, he has 2 specific moments where it gets very emotional, and it could have easily been sappy or been a whole, oh, my homeboy. No. It's nothing like that. It works. However, to me, the best part of this movie, and the one character that they really, portrayed the most, that they were paying the most respects to, was Eazy-E. And I felt that he was the main character in my eyes. However, the way Jason Mitchell plays this guy is phenomenal. Could have been very one-tone, but it wasn't. And he's able to really recreate this person, and where every aspect, every emotion that he has, it works. Like, when he is angry, he is angry. It's not just like, oh, that guy is angry. Like, or, when he's a businessman, he's a businessman. And it works. It's not cheesy. When he's thuggish, he's thuggish, and it's not over the top. When he's emotional, and you buy it. When he's embarrassed, he's able to cover the whole scope of this man. Not just be like, oh, I'm a thug, and I'm a thug the whole time. I'm a rapper and nothing else. They show his highs and his lows. And this guy not only makes the scenes believable, he makes them super engaging. You then also have like Paul Giamatti, who plays Jerry Heller, and he does a really good job in that role, mainly because it's sort of similar to what he's been doing, especially with the last movie that came out this year that also starred him. But then you have like a lot of, I don't want to call them, they're sort of character cameos, and where they're playing people who many of us know in real life, and the way that they're able to show them, the way they come in, isn't too much like, haha, now this person is here, and you all know who this artist is. It's very natural, and you feel it coming like, hey, it is that person. However, the one that will probably bother you the most is the guy portraying Suge Knight. This dude, if you don't know, is not only the guy who was like accused of being really big part of the whole Tupac and Biggie scandal. This dude also ran over a guy when he was on the set of Straight Outta Compton. And the dude is now in jail with a $25 million bail. So, yeah, he's not a likable character. However, while I think everything is handled great, the way that they're able to set up the concert scenes and stuff like that, there are some, I guess, bad parts about it. As I said, a point in the pacing, it starts becoming very engaging. They allow you to know all of these characters. When a scenario is happening, they let you build it up. They don't just say, hey, the cops want to come get us. They're like, all right, so what are we going to do? And they think about it. Towards the end, as they sort of, I don't want to spoil it if you don't know, something happens with the group, it becomes a different type of tone with it. But I still personally thought it worked. There was one aspect of it, though, and that's obviously that they're trying to give this big message in this movie about the police. Now, it is kind of ironic that police officers have to wait outside to protect the audience in the theater while they're hearing a particular song blast. However, this movie treats police officers like God's Not Dead treats atheists. There is not one good one in sight. I mean, like, not the black one, not the white one, or Mexican one. No, no, no. And they have different cops everywhere. Every single one is bad. I get that you're trying to show the message, but just like all of these are like Christian films and, very Americanized films where all of the, Muslims are bad, this one sort of does that with cops. They don't show you like not one good cop, a cop ain't helping a lady cross the street. They're just beating black people and minorities all over the place. And it's like, I get that you're trying to give a message, but you're sort of doing a straw man type of thing here. So as an analysis for the movie, it's not building a strong, sort of character type there, but it's also having a lot of people who left my screening mean mugging the cop who did nothing but watch out for them who was outside. However, as I said, I thought this biopic worked amazingly well. It has these very engaging characters and is able to really cover the span between all these guys, the highs and the lows, and do it amazingly well. Amazing soundtrack. Stay through the credits because they show you a lot of other people who they have influence and how they bring them in. But overall, I say definitely go check this movie out. It's really engaging. I was surprised how great the acting was, and it's definitely worth the watch. And as always, I'm curious your thoughts, what you thought about the movie. We can discuss it down below in the comments. Let me know what your favorite sort of, I don't want to call it an Easter egg, but thing that they were able to bring in, like a cameo, or be it the Bye Felicia that Ice Cube was able to sneak in there. We can discuss it all down below in the comment section. Until next time, I'll be seeing you guys later.